Welcome to Marina's kitchen. Today I'm going to make some bread rolls filled with olives and cheese. They are so nice to have with a glass of wine in an afternoon. So first I'm going to make my bread dough, and here I've got 500 grams of plain flour. I've got 2 teaspoons of yeast in there. I've got a teaspoon of salt in there, and I'm just going to put about a couple of tablespoons of olive oil in there. Okay, now I've got 400 ml of warm water, so we're going to mix that through just to make a lovely. What I do is I do my dough the night before and put it in the fridge, and in the morning is that already been risen. But if you don't do that, you have to let this dough rise for a couple of hours. Okay, so just keep on adding that water. There's 400 ml of warm water. Just add a bit at a time until you get a nice consistency that you put it all together, the bread dough. It makes about 13 to 14 bread rolls. It all depends how big you want to make them. They don't take long to do. They are very nice with that lovely I've got some lovely strong cheese and black calamari olives to put in there. And look, I'm just putting that all together now. As I said, I do this the night before. I put it in the fridge, cover it up with cling wrap and with a cloth on the top. And look, in the next morning it has risen. But if you don't put it like you have to give it a couple of hours to rise. Okay, look, that 400 ml of water, we didn't even need it. It's between 300 ml and 400 ml. I'm going to take that out now. And it's a beautiful soft dough, lovely soft dough, beautiful, look. And I'm going to put it in there to rise. And it makes, as I said, it makes about 14 bread rolls. It depends on how big you want to make it. Look, when that has risen, I make it into little balls into a bread roll. Now I'm going to put that back in there again. I'm going to cover it with cling wrap, and then I'm going to let that rise for a couple of hours. But if you don't want to do that, do as what I said. I just do it the night before. Put it covered with cling wrap, put it in the fridge. The next morning it has already risen. So I'll just get rid of that dough all over my hands. They are so nice. You can even put a little piece of anchovy in there. My husband used to like, when I used to make them for my husband, he used to like the anchovy in the bread roll with the cheese and the olives. And I could just see my son and my husband sitting there with a glass of wine, enjoying these bread rolls, just come out of the oven, lovely and hot, and that'll be a memory that I've always have. And these bread rolls are so lovely. Now I'm going to leave that stand and cover that up for a while. Now these are mine that I've done. After I do that, I do it up in little balls, and this is what I do. I do them in little balls like that, little pieces of just about as big as that to make a bread roll, okay? Now, and these are the ones that I made. These are the ones that I made like that. They're not big or not small, just lovely. And this size of bread roll is just so nice. Just spread it out. Just put a bit of flour underneath. Just look, it's so beautiful. The dough is so beautiful. I've got a lovely, lovely strong pepperino cheese here. You need some lovely, tasty, strong cheese. And what you do is you can put it, I've shaved it, it's lovely and thin, and just put a few slices of that like that, and put some olives. I've cut these in halves, the calamari olives, and you have to put as much as you want to. And honestly, you can I've got some anchovies here. If you like anchovies, by all means, put a piece in. If you don't, well, don't worry about it, okay? Now, all I've got to do is just fold that over and put that there, and there you've got another bread roll. Now, we'll do it again. Look, just spread it out with a bit of flour underneath. Just spread it out. Lovely. Now, I'm going to put my cheese on. This is a lovely strong pepperino cheese. It gives you the lovely flavour. Just put as much, don't put too much. And put the olives in there. So quick, so easy to make. Once that's risen, you just do the little balls like that. Do the little balls like that, enough to make a bread roll. Put them on a cloth, cover them up, and just let them rise for another half an hour before you start doing them up. You can either I might put a little bit of anchovy on this one. I'll have to know which one's got the anchovy in it, so I'll put a little bit of anchovy in it just to give it that little bit of flavour to it. Okay, so now look, just put them like that. I'll do another one for you. Just spread that out. When you make these bread rolls this size, it's enough for a bread roll. It's enough for that size of bread roll, okay? And you just put them on a cloth like that. When you've got that dough, just put it on a cloth like that and make about 13 or 12 or 13, how big you want to make them, if you want to make them smaller. And then cover that up, cover them up like that and let that rise for about another hour. And then they're ready to do, okay? So now what we do again here, you can have as much cheese as you want to. If you like a lot of cheese, I've just cut up a piece of cheese and I'll just put it there, put it like that, put some olives there, at least 3 pieces of black olives. And as I said, if you like anchovy, by all means, put a nice piece of anchovy, not a lot because it doesn't want a lot. And look, all you do is cover that up like that and put it on the tray like that. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to sprinkle a little bit of flour on the top of them. Sprinkle a little bit of flour on the top of them, like that. And I've got the oven on for about 200 because we need a nice hot oven. Put your oven on before. Now just slit them down like that, down half, put a couple of slits on them like that. And now let these rise for, I'll cover them up. Okay, just glue that like that, and that like that. Now what I do is, I'll cover that up for about another half an hour. Just let them rest and just put a cloth over them like that and cover them up for another half an hour, okay? As I said, just put that cheese and that olives. I've got this beautiful grated strong cheese that I've sliced up. Now this is the ones that I've just made, okay? I've taken them out of the oven. And these are they come about this size. Now what we do, I'll cut them up, I'll cut it open for you. A lovely bread roll with that lovely cheese and that olive inside. It's beautiful. Just put as much as you want to cheese and olives. You know, if you don't want a lot, you can. It's your choice to put as much as you want to. And you've got to have that strong grated, that lovely, not strong grated, strong sliced cheese. And with the olives, and then you can make them at that size, which are nice, and it gives you a beautiful look. That's lovely. Well, this is something that I've always used to make for my family. My husband used to like them, as I said, and it would be a thing that I'd do mostly on a Sunday morning, and then my son would come over and then they'd sit there and have a glass of wine with these, and my husband liked the anchovy in it. So it's your choice. You can put whatever you want in them. They're just beautiful. They keep well, and just put them in the oven and then give it about, I'd say about, as soon as they get nice and brown. You know, if you've got a hot oven, 200 degrees oven, it would take you about a quarter of an hour, 15 minutes, until they're lovely and brown like that, and you can take them out. In the meantime, the other ones are ready. That's got to rise now. They're there, ready, and they're going to rise. Just leave them there for about another half an hour before you put them in the oven, okay? Look, just try these cheese and olives bread rolls. They are so nice. It doesn't take long to make them. Something different that you can make fresh yourself at home. Okay, well, thank you for watching and have a great day. Thank you. Bye.